Officials of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency on 15 September 2022 arrested one Lamin Jaju, alias Lamin Sajo, a 43-year-old Gambian, and Babukar Fall, a 43-year-old Senegalese national, with 56 big bundles of suspected cannabis sativa, all wrapped with cement papers. According to the drug law enforcement officials, the principal suspect, Lamin Jaju, is a regular drug trafficker who has been arrested on several occasions with prohibited drugs. He was asked to stop at a checkpoint in Brickham while driving a color Mercedes-Benz with registration number BJL 2276 double, but he refused. So the officers chased him and was later arrested at Farato Bojankunda. Usman Sedikan, the public relations officer of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, updates the public.
There is one thing to arrest people, because at the end of the day, our finished product becomes the raw material at the court. And we believe that the case history of an individual, especially someone who has appeared in court and has pleaded guilty, he's not a first-time offender, and most of the time he's not arrested with, let's say, it's not these wraps we are talking about. You're not talking about bundles. You're talking about 50 bundles, 75 bundles, or sometimes other types of drugs. Going to court, pleading guilty. When the Act has said, Section 43 is very clear, for trafficking cases, it's 1 million and the mandatory jail term of 10 years. But you use alternative sentencing guidelines, referring to either the CPC or other provisions, and then fining them 80, 70,000, is not going to help the situation. We are not talking about the abusers. We are talking about traffickers and notorious traffickers.
The 56 bundles of suspected cannabis sativa were found in the boot of the car. Sedikan says the suspect is not new in the criminal justice system and has been arrested with prohibited drugs on several occasions. The suspect was charged and arraigned at the Kanifing Magistrate Court on 31st May 2022 for being in possession of prohibited drugs, dealing and supplying of prohibited drugs, and transporting of prohibited drugs. According to the drug law enforcement officials, when the charges were read, he pleaded guilty.
You know, he has had so many other encounters. And in this year, May, around the 22nd of May, he was arrested again around Kololi Tavern and taken to court. He pleaded guilty. The vehicle that he was arrested with, the BMW vehicle, earlier around February, one Malan Biaye, very young boy as well, I think around 19 or so, but if you see him, you might think he's 17 years, was arrested with the same vehicle, trafficking drugs. So when the case went to court, it was not forfeited, post 1 to section 94, because he claimed that he was not aware that the boy had used it for any criminal-related activity. So the vehicle was returned to him. The same vehicle he was caught with. People like Lamin Sajo, if they keep on going into the criminal justice system and out, at the end of the day, they take it as a joke. And others are there that are observing.
Jadibu Sambu, personal assistant of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency in West Coast Region, explains an encounter he once had with the suspect in 2020, where he escaped dead.
So we try to stop him, and he have to drive recklessly on us. I have to jump and sit on top of the vehicle, which is a Mercedes-Benz, green in color, private. From Old Yundum police checkpoint up to Kololi Tavern, I was on top of the vehicle, shouting for help, knocking the vehicle for him to stop. But he gave a deaf ear, and he even applied pepper spray on me. He was in possession of a pepper spray, which we call tear gas, which he emptied on me, trying all kinds of sharp breaks for me to fall down. But eventually around Kololi Tavern, I was tired and I lost grip and I fell down from the vehicle and he escaped arrest.
The Drug Law Enforcement Agency urges the public to stay away from the sale and use of illicit drugs. The recent rise in crime in the country has been attributed to the use of illicit drugs among young people. For TVN News Review, Dauda Balde.